Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today, the Cubs are in Atlanta for Game 2 of a 4-game series. The Cubs dropped Game 1 in a 6-4 decision as the Braves came back against the Cubs bullpen in yesterday's contest. The hope is that today's game is going to turn out with a little different outcome. The Cubs are going to send Chris Archer out to the mound today, making start number 5 with a record of 1-1, a 2.52 ERA, and a 1.04 WHIP. The Cubs lineup today will be Hoerner, Correa, Rizzo, Springer, Braun, Santana, Amaya, Archer, and Paratus batting ninth. The Braves will be sending lefty Max Fried out to the mound. He is making start number 5 with a 1-2 record, a 2.73 ERA, and a 1.10 WHIP. The Braves lineup will be Pescia, Inciarte, Albies, Acuna, Freeman, Fletcher, Camargo, Langeliers, and Fried on the mound batting ninth. It is 64 degrees and the wind is blowing out to right at 10 mph. And now it is time to get today's game underway. As Nico Hoerner walks up to the plate, Max Fried, taking his warm-up pitches, is on the mound for the Braves. The Cubs coming in with a 14-8 record, tied for first in the NL Central. The Braves with a 12-10 record are second place in the National League East. Nico Hoerner now stepping up to the plate, and he's going to line that one down the right field line. That's going to go all the way to the wall for extra bases. Rounding first, heading for second. That is a stand-up double for Nico Hoerner to lead off the ball game for the Cubs. Next up is going to be Carlos Correa, with nobody out and the runner on first. Fried facing Correa. First pitch coming. And a liner into center field deep toward the wall on the warning track, and the catch is made for out number 1. Nico Hoerner is able to tag up and advance to third on that fly ball, and that'll bring up Rizzo with the go-ahead run on third and one out here in the top of the first inning. 1 strike count, Rizzo waiting for the pitch. And he lines that one into left center field. On the run is Pescia. He makes the catch. The throw comes home. The runner comes home. And he is safe. So, Pescia's throw is just a bit late. Hoerner tags up and scores the first run of this ballgame, and the Cubs have the early 1-0 lead. Anthony Rizzo credited with his 12th RBI of the season. That'll be a sacrifice fly. And now George Springer, the batter, with 2 outs and nobody on. Fried working to Springer. And there's a pop-up in foul territory. The first baseman Freeman comes over and makes the play for out number 3. The Cubs score a run. We go to the bottom of the first of a 1-0 ball game. Pescia now leading off against Archer in the bottom of the first inning. 1-2 is the count. Archer looking to deliver the pitch. And here it comes. Pop-up to right, going back. Deep, but playable. The catch is made on the warning track by Santana for out number 1. Inciarte now the batter, with 1 out and nobody on. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Archer. And a liner into left. Braun adjusting and playing it on a hop for the first base hit of the game off the Atlanta Braves. That's Inciarte on first with a single. Albies now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Or 1 man on, and the runner goes. The throw goes down to second, but Amaya's throw is late, and Inciarte now has 2 steals this season. Albies now facing Archer with 1 out and runner on second. Here's a 3-0 pitch and a looper into right, deep, but again, Santana gonna make the catch for out number 2. The runner, Inciarte, is gonna tag up and head to third. So with 2 outs, and the tying run 90 feet away, Acuna will be the next batter. Bottom of the first inning of a 1-0 ball game. Archer working with a 1-2 count. Let's see if he can convert this 2-strike pitch, and there's a grounder back toward the mound. Archer has it. He throws to first, and that retires the side. So, the Cubs force the Braves to strand a runner. We go to the top of the second of a 1-0 ball game. Braun facing Fried here in the top of the second inning. 1-1 is the count. Braun waiting for the pitch. And a liner into center field. That's a base hit. Ryan Braun with a leadoff single off of the Max Fried pitch. And now Danny Santana is the batter. Santana is going to be asked to lay down a bunt right here. So here comes the pitch to Santana. He lays down the bunt right at the first baseman, Freeman. He has it. Throwing to first, that'll be out number 1. The sacrifice is successful, and it brings up Miguel Amaya, now with a runner on second and 1 out. Here comes the pitch to Amaya, a grounder toward third, picked up and thrown across the diamond for out number 2. So with Braun on second, Archer is the next batter. He'll be looking to contribute to his own cause. Archer 0 for 9 so far on the season. Here's a 1-strike count, and Archer grounds it back toward the mound. The pitcher, Freed, has it. He throws to first, and that will end the inning 1-3. So the Cubs strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the second of a 1-0 ball game. Freeman facing Archer, leading off for the Braves in the bottom of the second inning. Here comes the pitch from Archer. And a liner into right. Coming in is Santana. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Fletcher now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. Archer working with a full count. And David Fletcher grounds it back toward the mound. The pitcher has it. He throws to first. That is out number 2. Johan Camargo now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Archer working with a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Liner into right field. That'll be a base hit. Santana plays it on a hop. That is a 2-out single for Camargo. And it brings up Shea Langoliers. With 2 outs and 1 man on, the Braves down by 1. Archer working with a 1-ball count. And there's a pop-up to right. Everything is going Santana's way today. He makes the catch near the line to end the inning. We go to the top of the third inning of a 1-0 Cub lead. Freed is going to face Paratus here in the top of the third. Freed working. Here's the pitch. Paratus grounds it to first. A hot shot, but the first baseman Freeman has it. He flips to the pitcher covering. The pitcher is late, and an infield single for Isaac Paratus. So a leadoff single brings up Nico Horner. He is 1 for 1 today. Facing Freed with nobody out and the runner on first. Here's the first pitch. Horner lines that one into center field for another base hit. Paratus rounding second, but thinking better of it. So the Cubs have back-to-back singles to lead off the third inning. Carlos Correa is now the batter. With nobody out, runners on first and second. Correa waiting for the 3-0 pitch. Freed delivering inside for ball 4. The bases are loaded with nobody out. And now, Anthony Rizzo is the batter. He drove in the first run of this ball game. He's going to face Freed in the top of the third inning with the Cubs up by 1, looking for some insurance runs. Here's the 1-ball pitch, and Rizzo loops that one into shallow center field. Coming in fast is Pescia. He makes the catch for the first out of the inning. That is not deep enough to allow the runner to score. And that'll bring up George Springer. With 1 out, and the bases are loaded. Freed working with a 1-strike count. And a liner into left. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run is in. The second runner is going to stop at third. So Paratus scores. Horner stops at third. And the Cubs now have a 2-0 lead. Springer credited with his 15th RBI of the season. And the Cubs are now up 2-0. Ryan Braun is the next batter. 1 out, and bases still loaded here in the top of the third. Braun waiting for the full count pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. That was outside. It was going to be ball 4, and Braun chased it. So now Danny Santana is the batter with 2 outs, and the bases still loaded. Freed working with a 1-1 count. And Santana lines that one over the shortstop's head in the left field. Another run's going to score. The runner rounds third, and he slides home. 2 runs scored. Santana with a 2-run RBI single, and the Cubs now have a 4-0 lead. And Miguel Amaya is the next batter. 2 outs and 2 men on. Freed working to Amaya with a 1-2 count. And Amaya pops it up on the infield. The shortstop calls for it. He makes the catch, which will end the inning. The Cubs, however, score 3 times and take a 4-0 lead into the bottom of the third inning. Archer now working to the pitcher Freed, leading off for the Braves in the bottom of the third. 1-2 is the count. Archer delivers, and a liner into right. Santana chasing. That's going to 1-hop to the wall. Freed really got a good piece of bat on that one, and he has a leadoff double for the Braves. So now, Archer has to face Pescia with a runner on second and nobody out. Here's a full count pitch. Archer delivering. Liner past the third baseman in the left field. That's another base hit. Picked up by Braun and gotten back into the cutoff man. so the runner will not score. However, the Braves now have first and third with nobody out, and Inciarte is the next batter. He's 1 for 1 today, facing Archer in the bottom of the third inning. Braves down by 4. Here's a 1-2 pitch from Archer, and a looper into shallow territory. It looks like Rizzo is going to get a glove on it, and that's going to be out number 1. So, Albies now the batter, with 1 out and runners on the corners. Here is the first pitch to Ozzie Albies, and he's going to line that one into the gap in left center field. Heading over his Springer, he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That was a nice running play by George Springer. And now there's 2 outs. A sacrifice fly, however, is going to allow the Braves' first run to score. So now this is a 4-1 ball game. Acuna is the next batter, with 2 outs and the runner on first. Archer with the first pitch, and the runner goes. Amaya's throw down to second is going to be late, and Pescia now has 6 stolen bases on the season. So Acuna now facing Archer with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. 2-strike pitch from Archer, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Archer gets him with the fastball at 95, so the Braves score a run. We go to the top of the 4th of a 4-1 Cub lead. Archer leading off against Fried here in the top of the 4th inning. Full count pitch, Archer waiting. He lines that one into right field for another base hit. Archer says if Fried did it, then so can I, so he gets his first base hit of the season. And as Archer is standing on first, Isaac Paratus will be the next batter. With nobody out and the 1 man on. Paratus waiting for the 2-2 pitch, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. Chased a bad one there. Paratus strikes out swinging. It brings up Nico Horner with 1 out and 1 man on. 1-2 is the count. And a liner into center. That will be that'll be caught. Pescia makes the diving catch for the second out of the inning. Horner just got robbed of a base hit. Correa now the batter. 2 outs and 1 man on. Cubs up by 3. Here's a full count pitch to Correa. He's going to line that one past the first baseman into right field. Rounding second, heading for third is Archer. And now, with the single, the Cubs have runners on the corners with 2 outs. Anthony Rizzo now is the batter. He'll face Fried here in the top of the 4th inning. 1-2 is the count. And Rizzo loops that one into left field. He hit it against the shift. That's going to drive in a run. The Cubs take a 5-1 lead off the Anthony Rizzo RBI single here in the top of the 4th inning. And now, Fried is pulled, and TJ McFarland is the new Brave pitcher. He comes out of the bullpen with a 1-0 record, 5 innings pitched, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and an ERA of 0. We are in the top of the 4th inning. The Cubs already have 1 run in. It is a 5-1 lead for Chicago. Springer facing McFarland in the top of the 4th. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Springer waiting for the delivery. And he lines that one at the third baseman. The throw goes over to first, and that will end the inning. So the Cubs strand 2, they score 1, taking a 5-1 lead into the bottom of the 4th inning. Archer now will face Freeman here in the bottom of the 4th. Leading off for the Braves, Freeman waiting for the first pitch, and he's going to loop that one behind second base. The second baseman, Horner, goes into short right field and makes the catch for out number 1. Next up is Dave Fletcher. With a 1-1 count, Archer delivers the pitch, and a liner into left. This is going to go all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Fletcher. He rounds first, heading for second. Braun's throw goes directly to second base, but Fletcher has a sliding double with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. That'll bring up Johan Camargo. With 1 out and the runner on second, Archer working with a 2-2 count. And a strike 3 call on the fastball. Archer gets his 20th strikeout of the season. And that is the second out of the 4th inning. Shea Langoliers is now the batter. 2 outs and the runner on second. Archer working with a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Popped up. First base side, Rizzo calls for it. He makes the catch to end the inning. So the Braves strand a runner. We go to the top of the 5th of a 5-1 Cub lead. McFarland now working to Braun here in the top of the 5th inning. The lefty McFarland got the final out in the 4th inning. Here's the 1-strike count and the pitch to Braun, and it's looped into right center field. Gave it a ride, but Pescia is there to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Santana now the batter. He's 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs today. facing McFarland here in the top of the 5th inning. 1-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch to Santana, and he's going to line that one over toward first. The first baseman, Freeman, picks it up, steps on the base. That's out number 2. Amaya now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. McFarland working with a full count. Here's the pitch to Amaya, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Amaya strikes out swinging. We go to the bottom of the 5th of a 4-run Cub lead. Archer now will face McFarland here in the bottom of the 5th, leading off for the Braves. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 is called. Archer with his 3rd strikeout of the game and first out of the 5th inning. Pasha now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. 1-1 is the count. Archer delivers the pitch. Grounder toward third. A hot smash. It gets it down into left field. That's going to be extra bases as Pasha slides into second with a 1-out double. And now Inciarte is the batter. He's 1 for 2 today. Facing Archer with a runner on second and 1 out. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Archer. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Archer has his 4th strikeout of the day. That was a slider. And, excuse me, Inciarte struck out swinging. So now Albies the batter with 2 outs and the runner still on second. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Ozzie Albies. Grounder over toward second. Horner has it. He does not throw to first, however. Albies beats it out for an infield single. So the inning continues, and Ronald Acuna comes up. With runners on first and third, and 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Archer working with a 2-strike count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Archer strikes him out to end the inning. Number 5 in the game. We go to the top of the 6th of a 5-1 Cub lead. And now Archer is set to lead off for the Cubs in the top of the 6th inning. So how many pitches has he thrown? He's thrown 85. We're up by 4. We're going to go ahead and let him bat and see if he can navigate the bottom of the 6th inning. So Archer leading off against McFarland. Archer got his first base hit of the season earlier in this game. Here's a 1-1 pitch to Archer, and he grounds that one over toward first. Freeman has it. He flips to the pitcher covering, and that is out number 1. Next up, Isaac Paratus with 1 out and nobody on. McFarland facing Paratus with a 1-1 count, and that's a looper down the line to right field. Over there to make the play is Acuna. He makes the catch for out number 2. So now Nico Horner is the batter. We're going to go ahead and warm up a reliever in the Cub bullpen. And we're going to say, because if the Braves get anybody on, we're going to want a righty warmed up. That's going to be Liam Hendricks. So, with 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning, Horner facing McFarland in a 5-1 contest. Here comes the pitch, and Horner lines that one into center field. That'll be a clean single with 2 outs. And Horner stops at first, bringing up Carlos Correa with 2 outs and 1 man on. McFarland facing Correa with a 1-strike count and a grounder toward first. Freeman has it. He takes half a step to get to the bag and end the inning. So the Cubs strand a runner. We go to the bottom of the 6th of a 5-1 ball game. Archer facing Freeman here in the bottom of the 6th inning, protecting the 4-run lead. Here comes the 1-1 pitch from Archer. And a grounder towards second. Horner has it. He throws to first. That is out number 1. Hendricks is ready to come into the game should he be needed. Archer now facing Fletcher with 1 out and nobody on. Here's the first pitch to David Fletcher. And a liner toward second base. Horner picks it up, throws to first. That's out number 2. Camargo is the next batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Camargo facing Archer with a 2-ball count. Here comes the pitch. And a liner into center field. That'll be a base hit. A 2-out single for Camargo will bring up Langoliers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 outs, 1 man on. Cubs up by 4. Here's a 3-1 pitch. And a liner down the left field line. That's another base hit. So now back-to-back base hits with 2 outs gives the Braves... Oh, and the runner's trying to score. The runner Camargo is going to score all the way from first on the Langoliers RBI double, and now this is a 5-2 ball game. And Nick Martini is being sent up to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot for the Braves here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So Archer's day is going to be over. We're going to go ahead and bring in Hendricks to face Martini here in the bottom of the 6th inning. We're going to visit the mound. Yep, he's ready. We're going to change pitchers. Now, Hendricks is going to come into the number 8 spot. He comes in to a situation where the Cubs are up by 3. There are 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Hendricks has thrown 9 2/3 innings, walked 1, struck out 11, and has a 1.86 ERA. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Hendricks working with a 3-1 count. Here is the pitch to Martini, and that's a liner into left. Braun chasing. He makes the catch, puts it away for the 3rd out of the inning. So nice reaction there by Braun to get to that ball and put it away. We're going now to the top of the 7th of a 5-2 Cub lead. Addison Reed coming in for the Cubs, or for the Braves, to pitch against the Cubs in the top of the 7th inning. Reed will face Rizzo to lead off for the Cubs here in the top of the 7th. Rizzo 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs in this game. Here is the first pitch to Anthony Rizzo, and he's going to line that one toward the seats. That looks like it's going to clear the wall. That is a home run for Anthony Rizzo, 394 feet out to right field, and that is a 6-2 lead here in the Cubs half of the 7th inning. So now George Springer is the batter with nobody out and the bases are empty. Springer facing Reed with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch, and Springer watches strike 3 go by. That is a strikeout looking. And now Ryan Braun is the batter. He's 1 for 3 on the day. However, this is going to be an excellent situation for us to do a couple of things. First off, Mike Tauschman is going to pinch hit. And he is going to come into the game and play left field. So Tauschman comes in for Braun. He's going to play left. We're also going to warm up the lefty reliever, Blake Taylor. Now, Reed facing Tauschman here in the top of the 7th inning with 1 out and nobody on. Tauschman comes up, batting .278 with a .375 OBP this season. Here's the 1-ball count and the pitch to Tauschman. And he will line that one into center field. That's a base hit. So a 1-out single for Tauschman as he reaches first, and it brings up Danny Santana. Santana will turn around and bat from the left side. He is 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs in this game. Coming up with 1 out, 1 man on. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Santana, and he's going to swing and miss for strike 3. That was a heater at 94, and Santana was behind it. So now Miguel Amaya is the batter. 2 outs and the runner on first. Amaya facing Reed. And the throw goes over to first, and the pickoff throw is errant. Tauschman is going to advance to second. So the Cubs catch a break there on the bad pickoff throw. Now Amaya is batting with a runner in scoring position in the top of the 7th inning. 2 outs. Reed working with a 1-1 count. And Amaya is going to line that one in the gap in right center field. That's going to drive in the run. Amaya rounding first, heading for second. He's going to slide in with a double. The RBI drives in Mike Tauschman. And now the Cubs have a 7-2 lead. And now the pitcher's spot, Liam Hendricks comes up. I actually want Hendricks to at least pitch to the first batter in the bottom of the 7th inning. So I'm going to go ahead and, gosh, I feel like, Taylor's going to be warmed up. We're just going to go ahead and pinch hit because, quite honestly, you just can never have enough runs. So the righty Addison Reed is pitching for the Braves, which means that I will counter with the switch hitting Erie Adrianza. So Adrianza is going to bat from the left side against the righty Reed with 2 outs and the runner on second here in the top of the 7th inning. Here comes the first pitch, and he lines that one in center field for another base hit. Rounding third and stopping is Miguel Amaya, and now the Cubs have runners on the corners with 2 outs. And Isaac Paratus is the next batter with 2 outs and 2 men on. Adrianza is on first, Amaya on third. Paratus facing Reed with a 1-2 count, and he's going to swing and miss for strike 3, which will end the inning. So the Cubs score twice. They take a 5-run lead into the bottom of the 7th inning. And now we're going to see some changes made because Adrianza is going to stay in this game and play third base, and Blake Taylor will come in to pitch for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Taylor, the lefty, is going to face the top of the Braves lineup in the bottom of the 7th inning, protecting the 7-run lead. Christian Pasha leading off for the Braves here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs up by 5. Here's a 2-1 pitch from Blake Taylor. And a grounder back towards short. Correa has it. He throws over to first, but Pasha beats it out easily for an infield single. That was a slow roller that just died in the grass there in the infield. So Inciarte now is the batter. Taylor working from the stretch with a runner on first and nobody out. Here's the first pitch and a grounder to short. The throw goes to second, the relay to first, and a 6-4-3 double play is going to get the Cubs into a 2 outs and nobody on situation. Ozzie Albies now the batter. Albies facing Taylor with a full count. Here comes the pitch. And ball 4 is called. Man, Taylor feels like he got squeezed there. Acuna now is the batter with 2 outs and the runner on first. Acuna facing Taylor with a 1-ball count. Here is the pitch. Liner, right field, getting over there is Santana to the warning track, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. So, the Braves strand a runner. They do not score. We go to the top of the 8th of a 7-2 ball game. Addison Reed, coming out for his second inning of work, going to face Nico Horner here in the top of the 8th inning. Reed with the first pitch to Horner. There's a liner into center field. There's a base hit. Horner just continues to hit, and he has a leadoff single for the Cubs. And now, Chad Sabotka is going to be the new pitcher for the Braves. He comes out of the bullpen having thrown 3 1/3 innings, walked 1, struck out 2, and has an ERA of 13.5. So, Sabotka facing Correa here in the top of the 8th inning. Horner is on first. There's nobody out. Here's the 2-strike count and the pitch to Correa. And strike 3 is called. That is going to be the first out of the inning. It brings up Anthony Rizzo. 1 out, 1 man on. Rizzo facing Sabotka. Here comes the pitch, and Rizzo is hit by the pitch. Man, Rizzo must just have a target painted on his shoulder. So he heads down to first, and now George Springer is the batter. With 1 out and 2 men on, Sabotka facing Springer, who is 1 for 4 with an RBI. Here's a 3-0 pitch, and Springer takes the walk. That is ball 4. So Springer walks to load the bases, and it brings up Mike Tauschman. Tauschman, 1 for 1. He was subbed in earlier in this game. He's facing Sabotka now with 1 out and the bases loaded. Here comes the 1-ball count and the pitch. There's a liner, left center field. That's going all the way to the wall. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. The 3rd run is coming home. Tauschman with a bases-clearing RBI triple, and the Cubs now have a 10-2 lead here in the top of the 8th inning. And now Danny Santana is the batter. And we are going to... Santana is going to face Sabotka here in the top of the 8th with 1 out and 1 man on. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and Santana draws the walk. That is ball 4. So now, with runners on first and second, there's going to be a pinch hitter. This is going to be Malik Smith for the catcher, Amaya. Smith is going to pinch hit from the left side against the righty, Sabotka. Malik Smith, 4 for 19 on the season with 3 RBIs. He's facing Sabotka with 1 out and 2 men on. Here's a full count pitch to Mallex Smith, and he takes inside for ball 4. So the walk is drawn, which loads the bases again, and it brings up Erie Adrianza. Adrianza is going to face the new Brave reliever, Jeremy Walker. He has thrown 6 1/3 innings, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a 1.42 ERA. So Adrianza faces Walker. With the bases loaded in the top of the 8th inning, Cubs up by 8. Here's a 2-strike count. And the pitch, and a liner toward first base. Freeman has it. He steps on the base and then throws down to second, but the double play is not in time. Tauschman scores from third. Santana advances to third. And now Blake Taylor is going to bat with 2 outs and 2 men on. Cubs now up 11-2. Taylor waiting for the full count pitch, and he checks his swing. That is strike 3. So that will end the inning. The Cubs score 4 more times, take an 11-2 lead into the bottom of the 8th inning. So now, the way this is going to work, Mallex Smith is going to stay in the game and play right field. Josh Fegley is going to come in and do some catching here in the 8th inning of this ball game. Blake Taylor going to continue to work for the Cubs. He's coming out for his 2nd inning of work. He'll face Austin Riley, who is pinch hitting for the Braves, here in the bottom of the 8th inning. With a 1-ball count, here comes the pitch, and Riley lines in his center field. Springer going back, and he makes the running catch for out number 1. Fletcher now the batter, with 1 out, nobody on. Taylor facing Fletcher with a 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch, and a liner towards short. Picked up by the shortstop Correa, throws over to first, and that's out number 2. Camargo now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. Here comes the pitch from Blake Taylor. And a liner down the left field line. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding first and heading for second, he is going to have a stand-up double with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Blake Taylor now is going to face Shea Langoliers with 2 outs and the runner on second. Here's the 1-ball count and the pitch from Taylor, and a grounder towards short. Correa has it. He throws over to first. That'll end the inning. So the Braves strand a runner. We go to the top of the 9th of an 11-2 contest. And now Jeremy Walker is the batter, with Nico Hoerner coming up to bat for the Cubs in the top of the 9th inning. Walker continuing to work for the Braves. He was working with a 3-1 count, and there's a liner into the gap in left center field. So Hoerner has another hit. He rounds first, heading for second. He is going to slide in with a leadoff double here in the top of the 9th inning. Hoerner now in scoring position as Carlos Correa comes up with nobody out. And this is going to be where we're going to use our final pinch hitter, as Trent Jambrione will be brought in to pinch hit for Carlos Correa. Jambrione is actually going to stay in, yes, and play second base and shift Hoerner over to shortstop. Yes. All right. So, Jambrione is going to face Walker here in the top of the 9th inning with nobody out and the runner in scoring position. Here is the 2-1 pitch, and there's a liner past the first baseman into right field. There's another base hit. Hoerner rounding third and stopping. The Cubs now have runners on the corners with nobody out. So now the Cubs send up Anthony Rizzo with nobody out and runners on the corners. Rizzo facing Jeremy Walker here in the top of the 9th inning. Here comes the pitch. Rizzo grounds that one to second. The throw goes to short. The relay to first. That is a 4-6-3 double play. The Braves concede the run. The Cubs now have a 10-run lead at 12-2 here in the top of the 9th inning. Next up is George Springer with Walker still pitching. 2 outs, nobody on. Springer waiting for the first pitch, and a grounder towards short. Picked up and thrown over to first. That will end the inning. So the Cubs score one more time. They take a 10-run lead at 12-2 in the bottom of the 9th inning. And now Blake Taylor is going to come out to work inning number 3. And we are going to warm up, let's see here. We're going to warm up Joe Jimenez. Just on the off chance that somebody should need to come in and bail out Taylor. So Taylor facing Swanson here in the bottom of the ninth with nobody out, nobody on base. The classic leadoff situation here. Taylor working with a 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss for strike three. Swanson strikes out swinging. It brings up Albert Almora, who's going to pinch hit for the number 1 spot. Taylor facing Almora. First pitch. Almora waiting. Here it comes. Grounder towards short. Correa has it. No, not Correa. Excuse me. Horner has it. He throws over to first. That's out number 2. And now Inciarte comes up with the Braves down to their final out. Here in the bottom of the ninth inning. 2-1 is the count. Taylor delivers the pitch. And a grounder towards second. The throw goes to first, and that will end the game. So the Cubs are victorious 12-2 in today's contest. The player of today's game is the Cubs' Nico Horner. He managed to go 5 for 6 today with 4 runs scored, and raising his batting average to .345 on the season. The Cubs' Chris Archer went 5 2/3 innings. He threw 9-hit, 2-run baseball with no walks and 5 strikeouts. He earns his second win of the season. Liam Hendricks gets the hold, and Blake Taylor, because of an oddity in the baseball rules, actually gets a save, having thrown 3 innings in relief in a victorious effort. The Braves' Max Fried only went 3 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts, and he suffers his 3rd loss of the season. So, the Cubs now, getting back on a winning track, improved to 15-8, while the Braves dropped to 12-11. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.